Hey, welcome back to Ping Pong Flix. My name is Chris Wong. I guess it's Happy International Women's Day. I didn't know that. And so coincidentally, I did release that Wonder Woman Wondrous Praise video this morning without even knowing it was International Wonder Woman's Day. So that was a pleasant surprise. I'm glad I didn't do something that was counters with a day it's supposed to be. I don't know what that would be, but I'm just saying, good thing I didn't do that. But on the same tone as I'm still catching up with all my videos, Justice League is coming out in November. We already know that. Mr. Zack Snyder himself leaks out bits and pieces of his film as he's editing it or doing a color suite. I don't know what you're doing, but post-production anyways. So you gave us that cool ass Batmobile shot with all those weapons upon it. He's gonna need to do a lot of damage. There's gonna be parademons involved. He's probably gonna unload against Steppenwolf and does nothing to him. So good luck with that. But it's nice to see he upgrades himself, not only his suit but his vehicle as well. And you've already seen my video about Zack Snyder releasing that Aquaman footage in Justice League. And so I guess a lot of people are saying it's total CGI, even Jason Momoa. But guess what? Guess not. Jason Momoa was real. The hair was CGI and the background, of course, was CGI, but they propped Jason Momoa with his crane thing, green screen, and he's doing the real action there. It's real. It's really him that's going through that green screen, and that's great because I think that's actually maybe not as fake as, like, say, I don't know, Rogue One, that's pretty good CG for that Admiral and Princess Leia, but you can kind of tell the faces did look right. It kind of looked fake. But that's the technology you had to work with anyway. It's not like, they have Jason Momoa, might as well use him, but might as well use CGI instead of drowning him in a pool of water. But that's all good and great. So he's getting tidbits in this, and there were like rumors back then. I think it was like in December when everybody news outlet says Zack Snyder's done. After Justice League, he's done, and he's gonna be executive producer for the next few films, but he's pretty much done. But in a recent interview, and I don't know how recent this is, this came out a few days ago, and this is coming out from comicbook.com. Apparently, this is March 6th. So what they've said, I'll just read it to you. Charles Roven, DC Films producer, well, he's actually kind of gone off now, so he's not entirely the head producer, but he's still doing some work. But he said in an interview, when we started with Man of Steel, we knew that we were going to expand the universe. From the moment that we started with Man of Steel, we knew that once we opened up to Superman, you can't do Superman without talking about aliens existing in our universe. We knew that we were going to really consider what the world building would be beyond the unique film. Then as Warner Brothers announced that slate, we really got intensive about it. So this kind of goes back to kind of not what Zack Snyder had said before, where they didn't really know where they were going to go after Man of Steel. He kind of threw in Batman there, and it kind of exploded into something else. So they're kind of backpedaling on that, unless they really kept that in the works, and good for them. That's great. But we all know that they're trying to make an extended universe. I mean, Marvel's doing it. Might as well do the same thing. Let's do it. We've got a huge, great cast of characters, great comic book characters, mythic characters that we should go out and create a universe for them, and we can do it. So I'm not surprised. I am surprised they're saying it now as opposed to then, but I guess they just wanted to be clear on that there was a plan going on. And this part is interesting, where he says, but the thing is, each unique film in the DC Pantheon is going to be unique because the directors are different except for Zack, directing Man of Steel, Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, and the 2 Justice League movies. Each one of these directors, whether it be David Ayer or Patty Jenkins or James Wan, they are bringing their sensibilities and a different production designer and different costume designer, etc. That world building will still be the same DC Justice League universe, but have its own unique point of view, Roven said. So, with that said, there's a lot of stuff to go in there, but the one thing I want to focus on is that rumor back in December 2016 where Zack said they're saying Zack Snyder is leaving after the first Justice League, and the second Justice League was put on hold because of essentially they want to get Batman and stuff. But what he's saying now, and if this is so current, which makes me believe it is that there is a second Justice League movie and Zack Snyder is gonna direct it. Yes! Yes! I love that idea. I think he should start it. He finished this arc, this 4-movie arc that he started, and I want him to continue to the second Justice League at least, and then, hand it off to somebody. But I don't want him to start first Justice League and someone comes in and then does something completely different. He's starting it. We know it's going to have Steppenwolf. That it's Darkseid is too big of a villain to be crammed into the first Justice League. Even if it's 3 hours, that's just too much of Darkseid to be in a movie that they're trying to set up the Justice League. So for sure they're gonna need a second Justice League movie, and I dig it that I want Zack Snyder to direct it. A lot of people will disagree with me, I don't care, but I think he's an incredible director. He's a visionary. He has an artistic take, and he flippin' puts in Easter eggs up the yin yang for us, for us comic book fans and for the hardcore fans out there who will see an image and know directly where it's coming from, because he knows where he's getting it from. He's getting it from the source material, and it itches that part of your brain as you're watching the film. You're like, I've seen that before. I like that look. I like the composition in that imagery. The artistic nature of it is Zack Snyder. And I know it's yes, it could be the people doing the photography. He helps in that respect, but he shapes that imagery for you, and it gets a photographer or a cinematographer like Larry Fong to put it into more detail, or to photograph it in the way that he envisions it. So this year's Comic-Con, I think when Zack Snyder comes back on stage and all the different directors are going to make these films, I want to see a new slate. I want to see a giant new slate showing exactly where they're planning their new universe. Him and Jeff Johns together holding each other's hand, or shaking each other's hand and just announcing this is where the direction we're going to go. Kevin Tsujihara backing them up. Anything to look like that, just to put a little more positive spin and showing confidence in the DC Extended Universe, and just for my greedy little eyes to know what the hell is coming up. Alright, I know a lot of you are thinking the same. Come on now. And now not only that, but just to see that I'm a huge Superman fan. If you don't know that already, I'm a huge Superman fan. I did like the ones before. I've said it before. I even like Superman Returns just a bit. I really love Man of Steel, and I really love Batman v Superman. And just seeing that arc with Superman, introduction of Superman, his fall, and his rise again in Justice League, I wanted it to continue to see where he had in mind where Superman had to go in Justice League 2. And not only that, I want to see Superman duke it out with Darkseid. Maybe give him that speech that was in Justice League Unlimited, where he said, I thought I made out the world to be like cardboard, that speech, and he takes it out on Darkseid. I want to see that on screen. That would be freaking nuts. I would completely go nuts, and I can't believe if I'm actually watching that on screen. I want to see that, but I want to just so that to see Zack complete his vision of these 4 movies, and then just be executive producers, because the guy had lost a lot of weight. I mean, he looks sick and tired. So, but his passion is there, and it reeks of it in a good way. You completely see his passion seeping through these movies, seeping out of this imagery. And it would be a shame for it to just stop halfway before, not even half, 3/4 away before he's really done with it. That's my opinion anyway, and I don't know if you share the same. But Justice League is coming out, and by the way, there is supposed to be a CinemaCon that's coming out, and rumor has it Ben Affleck is going to come out, or Batman or someone is going to come out and talk about Justice League, and possibly show the next trailer for it. So be on the lookout for that. I'm dope. I can't wait. I can't wait to see something out of that, or even a Wonder Woman trailer. I mean, I think there still needs to be one final trailer, just one more, without giving too much away, and then we'll get to that movie. Wow, it has been an incredible week so far, and it's not even over. There's news coming out of the mill. There's more Power Rangers stuff. There's so much stuff. There's so much stuff to talk about, and it's just nerdgasm all over the place. But I'm so excited for this time we are now. It's an incredible time to be living now. If you're a DC fan, if you're a Power Rangers fan, if you're a freaking Godzilla kaiju fan, it is an incredible time we live now to see these movies coming out. I just can't believe, where am I? I'm pinching myself, and I'm still awake. Okay, this is not a goddamn dream. But oh man, I'm unbelievably excited. Well, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for supporting the DC Extended Universe. Without you guys, I have lost. I mean, in my small community, there's just nobody who has the same passion in this universe that I do in this small community that I live in. But thank you so much, guys. Have a wonderful night.